Welcome to our Devos, and we are continuing on with our series, The Best Is Yet to Come, by taking 2023 and looking at a way that we can truly transform our habits. That's what we're looking at, habits. Remember, habits are more important than goals. We do not rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems, our habits. And one of the things that you have to realize about habits, when you go to build a new habit, you're going to have to find the time to do that habit. One thing that nobody has ever been able to do is to successfully create time. You have the same 24 hours in a day that I do. You have the same functions that you have to accomplish as I do. We have to eat, we have to sleep, we have to interact with family. There's things that we have to do. So in order for us to make habits happen, we have to be willing to look at our time and examine what times we can kind of move around in order to do the habit. So I'm going to introduce you to this idea that's going to help you to look at time in a different way. Don't make time, take time. Don't make time, take time. Now this is important because what a lot of people do as they look at the new year is they try to say, okay, well, I want to get in shape. Therefore, I have to make time to go to the gym or to exercise or to walk or whatever it is that you're doing. Or I have to make time to really start to get closer to my family. Well, what's that mean? You have to make time. That's not how you look at your time. What you must do instead is you have to audit your time based on what you're already doing and see where you can, as a friend of mine who's an author puts it, carve out time to do the habit that you want to do. So, for instance, and I like to make these, for instances, really practical, I have a very aggressive writing project, book project that I'm working on for 2023. It's the biggest project that I've ever done, okay? So how do I do it? Well, I'm not going in with a mindset that I'm going to make time. No, what I'm going to do is I am going to steal time from other things. And usually the place where you can steal time from, and I don't want to put pressure on you, is the beginning and the end of the day, depending on how you're wired. The beginning and the end of the day, meaning get up earlier and steal a little time from that morning, or go to bed later and steal a little time from the evening. That's carving out time, saying, okay, well, I don't need to sleep in until like the last minute. I can get up 30 minutes earlier and do the thing. So you carve out time. Another place you could carve out time is from the middle of the day, like your lunch hour. If you work a 9-to-5 job or you work a shift job, they give you time to work. So is there a way that you can take the time in the center and use it for the habit that you're trying to develop? But you need to take time from something. It's really interesting as we look at this. Jesus did this. It says Jesus himself in Luke chapter 5, verse 16, would often slip away. That's the key word there. Slip away to the wilderness to pray. And when you look at it through this lens, I picture Jesus' life being busy, just as busy as anybody else's. And again, we're in a different culture, Oriental timeline. Back in, history, it's different. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have some of the things that we have. But Jesus had one thing that a lot of us don't. He had endless amounts of demand on his time from people that wanted to talk to him, people that wanted healing, people that wanted just advice from him, that wanted to hear his teaching. And what Jesus had to do is he had to slip away. He had to take time to meet with the Heavenly Father, and he had to make available space in his schedule in order to see it come to pass. So my question to you is this: where can you steal time from? Where can you steal time from? Where can you find, and I'm not joking about this, I'm talking 10 to 15 minutes. So there's and again, I know a lot of my illustrations are writing based because that's where I tend to monitor most of my time and how it works, but you can write a book a year in about 15 minutes a day, if you really look at the math of it, okay? Can you find 15 minutes? If you ever wanted to write a book, could you find 15 minutes? You're like, wow, I need a lot more. Like a lot of people think I really have to have big chunks of time to do something big. No, it's how can you take time from an area that you're wasting time? How are you on social media? Instead of working out, do you find yourself doom scrolling endlessly on your phone and trying to see what's going on Instagram or whatever? Could you maybe take a social media fast and see if you could carve out some time from that? Can you find some time where you're just mindlessly chattering at work and talking about nonsense? Can you carve out time that you're using to get more work done and be more productive at that time? I can't tell you where to do it, but you have to be willing, if you're going to establish new habits in 2023, to take time because you can't make it.